Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to share with you the last 7 minutes of the game against Melbourne, just to articulate how Collingwood are separating themselves from the rest of the pack in the AFL this year. Yes, Collingwood did not play great. Yes, there were moments where maybe they lacked composure, but for the most part, in these last 7 minutes, the decision making and composure from the experienced heads for the Pies is ultimately what got them over the line. And contrastly, key players for the D's and younger players had moments where they unfortunately they just didn't match the moment. So I just wanted to share this, and this is this is one game, but this is something that happens when it's time to shut down the game or have critical moments late in the game, whether you're behind or in front. The Pies have just made the right decisions time and time again. So let's go through it together. All right. So DC has a kick here. Even that just smart, just trying to bait for the 50-meter penalty. Will Hoskin-Elliott, who came on late, had some really good moments for us. So we just find a short pass here to Sidey. Sidey's not going to rush anything. He's going to try take his 30. He's going to at least tell the umpire, hey, I want my 30. Yep, cool. Hold on a minute. Hoskin-Elliott's going to give me a tick lead. And just look, it's not a big pocket, but the fact that Sidey's onto this straight away, it just buys the Pies another 30 seconds. I've got the clock in the top right, so you guys can reference just how many decisions are made within this important time frame. So really switched on from that's just Sidey and Hoskin-Elliott being on the same page for the longest time, knowing that he's going to tick up for this. And Hoskin-Elliott, he uses his 30. He doesn't quite hit the target with this one. But then straight away what we'll see is an instant poor decision made from one of the D's defenders. Let's bring it forward a bit. We don't need to see all this. So yeah, he sort of shanks it to the left. Gorney, as always, big intercept mark. That's great. Was it a shot? I don't know. Anyways, he hands it off. I spoke about this in one of my Instagram reels. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry for not remembering the name. But in my eyes, he had 1, 2, 3 options for a hand pass to work it outside of their D50. It ends up going long, and it goes right back to the opposing ruckman in our Darcy Cameron. Once again, finds Josh Dacos, and I sort of fast-forwarded here, but Josh Dacos found who this is now. This is now Pendlebury, and guess who's coming short? Still side bottoms there, doesn't use that. Wouldn't have minded, just in retrospect. I actually would have loved this option, but the risk is the umpire going to pay 15 meters from here to here? So in the end, he goes to Dacos, and just another, call this soft. I don't know what you want to call it, but in my eyes, that's smart. Was Dacos getting there? I don't know, but he's felt the hands in the back. You got to go for it. So experienced play from Nick Dacos on an older player in Langdon. What do we see here? So this one here, you'll see Quaynor makes a mistake with the ground ball. Get wet conditions, I understand. But what he does next compared to what the player for the D's does is the story I'm trying to tell. So Langford comes in sliding in. As soon as you give up your legs in this moment, if you get caught for a tackle, it's holding the ball. So remember, just key moments late in the game, right? What Quaynor does exceptionally well here is he doesn't panic and doesn't give away the high free kick. It's a really sound tackle after making a mistake. He didn't get flustered. He made a great decision. It was a great technical application of the tackle. So I'm going to fast forward this. We're going to see an intercept mark from Crisp. And we kill. So it's 3:10, 3:15 we'll call it. Let's see how much time we kill here. So we're opening it up to the fat side. Sidey ticks up. He delays, finds Pendlebury the GOAT. That's what, 30 seconds, switches it out to the fat side. This is a kick we may not have taken last year. I remember Pendlebury in one of his interviews saying, look, sometimes you've just got to go. Like we've stopped at times last year in 2024 in this time frame. His decision, he was implying in that interview, he's like, sometimes we're just going to go, even if we're up against it. To me, this is symbolic of him just trying to go for it. And look, this is an assertive kick to go here, but also it's a great opportunity to kill more time. Switch it again. It's a risky kick just because of the time, but it's a kick that Pendlebury can execute. And look, to be honest, there's a lot of space here, right? Like, look at he's in a paddock. Takes the mark, and we get it out again. What's that? Mark. We go back again, I think. Frampton. That's a minute off the clock. We've killed so far. And then Frampton tries to hit this one up and it goes out. That's okay. We get reset for a stoppage on the wing. Not quite a dangerous position. But a minute and a half, a minute and 15 almost by the time the D's repossess it. What do we see here? I think Clary might get this at some point. Really strong get there. And he just sort of hammers away. I mean, maybe again, like, instead of Clary blazing away, key moment from an experienced player. Are there hand passes here? You can see Quaynor was tight on Pickett there, which is good, but he definitely had something here and here. Instead, he blazes. He probably doesn't have the opportunity to go on the hotspot down there because of the 2v1 there. But yeah, this kick isn't it, is it? It's not it. Out on the full, I think it was in the end. Minute 24, Sidey in a really dangerous position. Puts his head where others won't. Doesn't quite make an impact. Darcy does okay here. Gets the hands out to Pez. This moment here, like, I don't know how many of you will recall this moment, but this is a big moment for me. Sidey working his backside off, not to get a stat, just to put the faintest of Shepherds on Cozzy. I think without this Shepherd, Cozzy gets Bo. Just checks his run and forces him to change his running lane ever so slightly. That kick works. Elliott doesn't panic. He doesn't feel like he's under duress and hits a target. A really good target in that. Pendles, use your 30 seconds. There's a minute to go. He's pointing goals. He's trying to get his time. What does he see here? Guess what? Sidey's down here again. And then from here, the brain fart from Max Gawn is what we're going to see. So Gawney does really well here. Intercept mark, reads it. I just want to look back at it now. Like, what does he really have? I mean, don't know what he's going for in the end. I think he's going for something crazy here. Look, it's just a brain fart, you know. Here's the thing though, right? Like, your team makes back-to-back crucial mistakes. It sort of spreads like a disease. And I think that's what happened in that case. You know, Gawn was nervous, didn't want to make a mistake with that. His team were making critical errors for the last 7 minutes, and he felt the need to, you know, go for something extraordinary. It didn't work out. So I hope that brings some sort of eyes to what I was trying to paint there. Yeah, ultimately the point is the Pies have composure, experience in these clutch moments. Even when we made mistakes, we knew how to make amends. Whereas the team on the other side, Strong Demons side, just too many mistakes when it mattered most, and that's the difference between 4 points and zilch sometimes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Go Pies.